You know how it is. You're shopping online and there it is. That tempting little button, buy now, pay later. It's a promise, right? Get what you want right now for just a tiny piece of the price. It seems so simple, interest-free, and crazy convenient. But what's really happening when you click that button? Let's get into the full story.
Yeah, you've definitely seen this before. You're eyeing a new gadget, maybe some headphones, and right there under the total price, it says you can have it today for 4 easy, interest-free payments. It's designed to be almost impossible to resist, turning a big purchase into something that feels like, well, like no big deal at all. And look, this isn't just some small niche trend. In 2021 alone, here in the US, people took out over $24 billion in these little point of sale loans. That is a massive number for a market that basically exploded out of nowhere. It just goes to show how many of us are clicking that button. So, what is this stuff, really? Well, at its heart, the most common type of buy now, pay later is a pretty straightforward pay in 4 loan. You make the first payment right there at checkout, and then you pay off the rest in 3 more chunks, usually every 2 weeks. The big flashing light selling point, it's simple, it's seamless, and here's the magic word, it's interest free.
That interest-free promise, that's the engine driving this whole thing. So let's take a closer look at exactly why it's become so popular so incredibly fast.
Okay, get ready for this number. Between 2019 and 2021, the amount of money spent using these loans grew by 1,092%. Seriously, that is not a typo. This isn't just a new payment option. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about shopping. So, who's leading the charge? For the most part, it's younger, digitally native shoppers. Take people aged 25 to 33. They're using this stuff at double the rate you'd expect just based on their slice of the population. I mean, they grew up with e-commerce, and they're looking for something different than a traditional credit card.
So when you put it all together, you can really see the appeal. You get to spread out costs, which helps with your cash flow. You get to dodge those high credit card interest rates as long as you pay on time. The approval is pretty much instant, and it usually doesn't involve a hard credit check that could ding your credit score. It's basically designed to remove all the hesitation from borrowing money. But that super easy, frictionless buy now experience, well, it has a flip side. The real test always comes with the pay later part of the deal, and that's where things can start to get a little tricky. And this is the big one, isn't it? The whole system feels absolutely perfect as long as you hit every single payment right on time. But what happens if you don't? What if you just forget, or maybe the money just isn't in your account when that automatic payment tries to go through? This is exactly where that beautiful interest-free promise can start to crumble. If you miss a payment, you're going to face late fees. Just looking at some examples from the UK here, providers like Klarna and Clearpay will charge you fees that, well, they might seem small at first, but they can add up fast. Just one missed payment can completely wipe out any savings you thought you were getting by avoiding interest. This quote from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau really gets to the heart of it. Think about it. Most of these payments are on autopay, coming straight from your bank account. So a late fee usually isn't just about being forgetful. It's often a sign of something more serious, that the money to cover the bill just wasn't there. So what about your credit score? This is a really important point. These pay in 4 plans generally don't report your on-time payments, so they don't actually help you build credit. But, and this is a big but, if you stop paying altogether and that debt gets sent to a collections agency, that can show up on your report and do some real damage to your score. And it's not just about the late fees. There are some bigger risks baked into the whole system. Things you don't really see on the surface when you're just clicking buy. Here's a big one most people never think about: consumer protections. In a lot of places, like the UK with its Section 75 law, credit cards give you this powerful legal backup. If you buy something and it turns out to be faulty, your card company is legally on the hook to help you get your money back. But with buy now, pay later, that protection often just isn't there. If the thing you bought never shows up or it's broken, you're left to fight it out with the retailer, but you still have to pay back the loan. And the industry itself is changing fast. It started out as just a simple payment button on a store's website, like you see on the left. But now it's shifting to become this whole shopping app ecosystem, like the one on the right. These apps are designed to be like a virtual mall, trying to get you to start and end your shopping trip inside their world. And this app-driven world creates its own set of risks. It's really easy to do something called loan stacking. You take out a small loan with Klarna for some shoes, another one with Clearpay for a jacket. Because these companies don't really talk to each other, they don't see your other debts. They also use all your shopping data to constantly market more stuff to you, designing a system that makes borrowing a frictionless, easy habit. It's just so easy to get in over your head without even realizing it. So, with all of this in mind, the incredible convenience and all the hidden risks, how should you really approach that buy now, pay later button? Well, it all comes down to just being a conscious consumer. So, before you click, just pause for a second and ask yourself 3 simple questions. First, and be honest with yourself, would you still be buying this item if you had to pay the whole price today? Second, are you absolutely positive you can make every single one of these payments on time? And third, is this actually the best way to buy this, or would just saving up for a bit make more sense? Ultimately, it all boils down to this one simple trade-off. Buy now, pay later offers this amazing, frictionless convenience right in the moment. But that convenience can come with some very real costs down the road, whether that's in late fees, getting into debt, or just losing consumer protections. So before you click, it's really worth taking that breath to decide if the now is truly worth the potential price of later.